Hey guys, got another video for you. A little subject I wanted to touch on about running multiple filters. I want to tell you why. Two reasons it's good to have multiple filters. I want to give you two reasons why it's bad to have multiple filters. And there might be something you didn't know in between that. So let's check this out and get right into it. As an example, right here, you can see I have two filters running this 75-gallon Mbuna tank. Okay, the Fluval FX4 that I had running my other 75-gallon tank I shut down and I moved to my 55-gallon tank. So I had this Fluval 407 that was running that Tiger Barb tank, and I moved it over here to this 75-gallon Mbuna tank. So just so I had a backup filter in case something went down, and I wanted to keep that beneficial bacteria alive and well. So if I ever need an extra filter on a tank, I can just move this to it, which is one good reason to run multiple filters. As an example, getting into the one thing that the running multiple filters don't do that you might thought they did is they do not give you any additional bacteria in the tank. If you're running multiple filters because you think it's going to give you more beneficial bacteria, you're gravely mistaken. It does not work like that. Is there beneficial bacteria in that aquarium? Yes, but when you're running two filters in one tank, they equalize each other. The bacteria that builds up in your filters, it only builds up to the amount of load in the tank. So if you have two of them, they're fighting for that. So it's shared amongst the two of them. It is not additional. So if you're running two filters in one tank or three filters in one tank, understand the only thing that you're really getting from that is more filtration for the water, which is a good thing, and it gives you a backup filter to move to another tank if you need, which is why I like to run one or two extra filters. But it does not give you any additional bacteria. It gives you additional bacteria to move to that other tank. But once you take that one out of here, the other one's going to pick up the slack and have a bigger bacteria colonized within it because it no longer has to share the load with the second filter. So, having said that, the reason why I put this one on here too is these Mbunas keep reproducing. Every month I look in here, I'm seeing new baby Mbunas. Pretty soon, this tank's going to be overcrowded. As they get bigger, it will be. So I'm going to have a problem. Having the two filters will help that, but again, it's just going to share the load of the additional load as these fish get bigger, right? I can still take that 407 out, and this FX4 will still run this tank by itself, unless it gets absolutely crowded and the load gets too big and the biological filter can't handle it. But I doubt that because I do regular maintenance every 2 weeks. I only feed once a day. And when the fish have babies, it's just a little bit of a slow process. They grow slow, so it gives that time the beneficial bacteria needs to expand to the new load. But how much is overcrowding? When is overcrowding too much, right? We overcrowd certain species of African cichlids, like these Mbunas, to reduce aggression. But you can way overcrowd a tank to a point where your biological filter can't handle it anymore. Yeah. So you have to keep that in mind. The two key takeaways from this video is, yes, run multiple filters. It's a great idea. Have a couple running that gets seeded and gets that good bacteria built up in them. So in case you have one that goes down on another tank, you can simply take it off, move it to that tank, not a hiccup, and you're good. You're fine. I've done that many times and never had an issue. Never even had a hiccup in my cycle. But the other key takeaway is, just because you have two filters on one tank, it is not additional. It does not add to the bacteria you have in your tank. It simply equalizes between the two filters because your good bacteria only grows to the load in your tank. It's not additional. It's always going to equal out. So don't run multiple filters because you think you're going to get more bacteria. It doesn't work like that. So that's it, guys. A quick little video about filters and beneficial bacteria, and with an example with my Mbuna tank over here. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and definitely get back to them. So we'll talk to you later. Be safe. Have a good week, and I hope it goes well for you.